Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the City Council meeting. Let this record show that all members of the City Council are present, with the exception of Councilman Ted Fairbanks. Copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the meeting room and is accessible to the members of the public at any time during the course of this meeting. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. First item is item A, approve agenda as submitted. Item B, receive and place on file all notices pertaining to this meeting. Item C, receive and place on file all materials having any bearing on this meeting. Item D, approval of minutes of regular meeting on September 18th, 2017 as on file in the City Clerk's office. Item E, approval of minutes of special meeting on September 29th, 2017 as on file in the City Clerk's office. Item F, approval of special designated license for the Black Crow for a charitable fundraiser on November 13th, 2017 from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 105 North 6th Street, Beatrice, Nebraska. Item G, approval of final pay request in the amount of $25,100 to Masonry Construction, Inc. for the Municipal Auditorium Repairs 2017. Item H, approval of change order number 2, an increase in the amount of $14,226.12, and pay request number 2 in the amount of $134,504.38 to Lotman Carpenter Construction Company for the 2nd Street Reconstruction Project, Ella to Grant Street, as recommended by the Board of Public Works. Item I, approval of change order number 2, an increase in the amount of $15,846, and final pay request in the amount of $125,109 to K2 Construction, Inc. for Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project 2017, as recommended by the Board of Public Works. Item J, approval of change order number 1, an increase in the amount of $917.29, and the final pay request in the amount of $54,141.51 to R.L. Tiemann Construction for the Alley Reconstruction 2017, as recommended by the Board of Public Works. Item K, approval of public funding request for Main Street Beatrice in the amount of $450 for their Night of the Great Pumpkin event. Item L, approval of the public funding request from Main Street Beatrice in the amount of $1,913.75 for their Christmas holiday activities. Item M, resolution number 6116, entering into an electronic meeting software as a service agreement with Spark Data Solutions to provide a web-based electronic meeting service to be used by the city. Item N, resolution number 6117, entering into an interlocal agreement with Gage County for a 3-year term for the purpose of providing ambulance service in certain areas of Gage County, Nebraska. Item O, resolution number 6118, executing the Construction Engineering Services Supplemental Agreement number 1 between the City of Beatrice, Nebraska and Speece Lewis Engineering, Inc., setting out modifications and/or additional duties and/or funding responsibilities for the federal aid project identified as NDOR project number ENH-61056, control number 13127, the 2nd Street Court to Ella Street project, Beatrice, Nebraska, as recommended by the Board of Public Works. Item P, resolution number 6119, granting the Hope Crisis Center and the Beatrice Humane Society and their designees permission to sell or offer for sale or peddle goods, wares, or merchandise in Charles Park on October 24th, 2017, between 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. for their Dogs Against Domestic Violence event. And item Q, resolution number 6120, regulating parking on the south side of Ella Street for the first 96 feet east of the intersection of 5th Street and Ella Street. Is there any item any member of the council wants removed from the consent agenda? Anyone from the public? Mr. Catlin?
Mayor, I would move that all the items listed under the consent agenda be approved, accepted, and or ratified as presented.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Morgan, that items under the consent agenda be approved. Your vote, please. That is approved 7-0. We have no public hearings. Next item on the agenda is a resolution number 6121, entering into an agreement to loan $12,000 to Darrell Fletcher for his building located at 404 Court Street as part of the Downtown Facade Improvement Program and CDBG Grant 15-DTR-109.
Mayor, I move that resolution number 6121 be passed and adopted.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Claybaugh, that resolution number 6121 be passed and adopted. Tobias?
This is the next round of downtown revitalization grants that we have ready to be approved by you tonight. Similar as last week, there's a loan agreement, personal guarantee, promissory note, deed of trust. All those documents have been reviewed and signed by the applicants. Similar as last week, as long as they do everything they're supposed to do as far as the grant requirements are concerned, the entire loan is forgiven. If somehow they were to fail meeting those requirements and the city was obligated to pay the money back to the state, we would have an opportunity to go back and recover that from the ultimate applicant. The first one before you tonight is Darrell Fletcher, his building there at 404 Court Street for $12,000.
Questions from the council? From the public? Your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Resolution number 6121 has been passed and adopted. Next item is item B, resolution number 6122, entering into an agreement to loan $8,000 to Ann Frazee for her building located at 505 Court Street as part of the Downtown Facade Improvement Program and CDBG Grant 15-DTR-109.
Mayor, I move that resolution number 6122 be passed and adopted.
Second.
By Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that resolution number 6122 be passed and adopted. Kind of more of the same?
More of the same. Everything is the exact same as the one you just approved. The only thing that's different is the name, address, and the dollar amount.
Questions or comments? All right. Your vote, please. That is approved 7-0. Resolution number 6122 has been adopted. Next item is item C, resolution number 6123, entering into an agreement to loan $5,000 to Ronald L. Mashmeyer and Norma J. Mashmeyer for their building located at 722 Court Street as part of the Downtown Facade Improvement Program and CDBG Grant 15-DTR-109.
Mayor, I would move that resolution number 6123 be passed and adopted.
Second.
By Catlin, seconded by Kerr, that resolution number 6123 be passed and adopted.
The only thing unique with Mr. Mashmeyer's property is that he did not want a deed of trust. In return, what he offered was he would obtain a certificate of deposit at a local bank that also was in the name of the city of Beatrice. So that money will remain on file with the bank until the project is completed 60 months from now. The only way he can cash it out is with our signature. The only way we can cash it out is if he fails to meet the obligations set forth in the agreement. So he offered that as collateral instead of a deed of trust. We do that very similar with our utility deposits.
Better than a deed of trust.
Yeah.
Notice these numbers are getting a lot smaller this time around, 5 and 8,000, whatever, compared to the first time around. Is that a trend? Are we going from big to little, or is this just the way they lump together accidentally?
We've sent them all out, and now it's just a matter of which ones come back in as to which ones are ready to go. I believe the only application that is not cleared environmental review is one. I think all the rest have. All of those applicants have their loan documents. So whatever order they come back in the door is which ones we're submitting to you.
Rich?
Now, when they start these projects, Rob and them will be down there checking on, making sure everything's okay with the inspection wise, and right?
Right, just like any other project, one of the things they have to do is obtain their building permits, have the necessary inspections. Remember, the biggest hurdle for them will obviously be the State Historical Preservation Office and making sure they adhere to all of their rules and regulations.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? And your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Resolution number 6123 has been passed and adopted. Next is item D, resolution number 6124, entering into an agreement to loan $5,000 to Michael A. White and Jane E. White for their building located at 110 North 5th Street as part of the Downtown Facade Improvement Program and CDBG Grant 15-DTR-109.
Mayor, I move that resolution number 6124 be passed and adopted.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that resolution number 6121 be passed and adopted. And more of the same. How many more do we have, did you say?
I believe we have something in the neighborhood of about 10 left.
10 left, okay. And they'll be coming to us
I've got
as
another one that
the
came in.
environmental reviews are finished.
All environmental reviews are done except for the one property. That's the issue with SHPO we're trying to get worked out.
Okay.
We have one that came on my desk today. It was too late to get on the agenda. We've got another one that's got a question with SHPO, just wants to make sure that they understand what they're asking for. But just as they get signed and complete and come back in the office, we'll submit them at the next council meeting.
All right, any other comments or questions from the public? Your vote, please. That is approved 7-0. Resolution number 6124 has been passed and adopted. We have no ordinances this evening. Next item is the public forum. Purpose of the public forum is for the presentation of an item by the general public to the city council for consideration at a later date. No discussion or action will be taken by the city council at this time. Does any council member have anything for the public forum? Phil?
I want to put on for our next work session, that we start looking at commercial properties for the cleanup of abandoned vehicles, junk, things. We've touched on it a little bit last city council meeting on the south end of town. Walked home last Sunday after church and counted 23 vehicles that are not running, that are sitting on 6th Street. So I think it's time we start looking at how do we clean this up like we did in the residential and start moving forward on it. Just because we're going to sit there all winter now. We're going to be there till spring. Let's start looking at cleaning it up so it looks good for next spring when people start traveling again.
Okay. Any other comments from the council? Anyone from the public? All right. Next item is discussion and reports. And first up is kind of a recap of the solar eclipse. And Mark Engler is with us with the Homestead National Monument, Superintendent of the Homestead National Monument. Mark, welcome.
Hello, everybody, and I'm Mark Engler, Superintendent of Homestead National Monument, and I'm actually here tonight to say thank you. And I'd like to read a letter to you, if I could. And that letter reads, Dear Mayor Worth and members of the Beatrice City Council, just a little over 30 days ago, our community was abuzz with excitement and anticipation of the total solar eclipse. Families throughout our area were expecting guests. Some city residents were renting out their homes, and many retail businesses were stocking up. At Homestead National Monument of America, plans involving many organizations were put in place and implemented to serve the thousands of guests expected to visit the monument. We are here today to say thank you for your help and support during the eclipse. We are grateful for the assistance from so many within the city of Beatrice, including the Beatrice Police Department, who managed traffic at Highway 4 and other locations throughout Beatrice, and Carla Jones with Beatrice Communications, who worked with our communications specialists to ensure effective communications between the multiple groups working the event. The services and support from Beatrice Fire and Rescue Chief Brian Dakey was outstanding. He was actively involved in most all aspects of our operational planning, and it was Chief Dakey who found a solution for us that allowed for on-site emergency medical services Sunday and Monday. He did this by recognizing and filling this critical need with professionals from Beatrice Fire and Rescue and by promoting a partnership with the urgent care of Lincoln. Also, the Beatrice Public Library welcomed 2 NASA presentations, and our mayor provided special remarks during the formal welcome ceremony held on Eclipse Monday. You might even find our mayor today on social media, where he is part of a post-eclipse video which was produced and shared to encourage those who were here over the eclipse weekend to visit again. Special mention must be given to the City of Beatrice for joining the Friends of Homestead and others in providing a bus transportation system for park visitors Saturday, Sunday, and on Eclipse Monday. 2 of the 3 days, Sunday and Monday, the buses were operating at capacity, carrying thousands of people from multiple points in the city to the monument and then returning them to their vehicles. What happened at Homestead National Monument, with over 30,000 plus people visiting the park over the 3 days leading up to the totality, and then on Eclipse Monday, was only made possible because of the support that you provided us with the buses. Again, thank you for your assistance with all aspects of the Eclipse operation at Homestead National Monument of America. Our hats are off to you. We are proud to say Beatrice is our gateway community. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark, and I also think that special thanks needs to be given to the Homestead National Monument and yourself for the tireless hours that you put in and your staff, and providing the educational opportunities and hosting that many people on that specific day and the 3-day weekend. So thanks to you, the Homestead National Monument and your staff.
We heard nothing but positive comments, but let's do one of these a month.
Yeah. I was just asking when are you starting to plan for the next one?
Only if it can be on Monday again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Mark. You bet. Okay, next, Sharon Lenners is with us with Public Health Solutions. Sharon, welcome, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thanks. So I handed out some paperwork ahead of time just so you could review it. My name's Sharon Lenners. I'm a public health nurse with the Public Health Solutions Local District Health Department. And many of you might not know exactly what the Public Health Department does. And so our director has encouraged us to come out to all the city council meetings in our district and kind of just let the public be aware of what we do and what our function is. So we'll go ahead and just start. I have just a brief PowerPoint that I'm just going to run through. So Public Health Solutions is a local district health department for 5 counties. So Gage being our largest county, Jefferson County, Fillmore, Thayer, and Saline. So we were formed in 2002 with healthcare cash funds. That was through the settlement of the tobacco tax law. We serve a total of over 55,000 people in our district. And what is public health? So it's the science of protecting and improving the health of families and communities through promotion of healthy lifestyles, research for disease and injury prevention, and then also the detection and control of infectious disease and monitoring environmental hazards. So prevent, promote, and protect. So my favorite slide of this very short PowerPoint is the core functions. So we have 3 core functions as a health department. And this is with pretty much anything we do, we always do these 3 steps. So the first one is the assessment. Second would be policy development. And third is assurance. So just as an example that I can think of, so for an example of assessment, Gage County has a large rate of obesity. Okay, so we have a large rate of obesity, so what are we going to do about it? So you think about different policies that may help with obesity. So a lot of them, you think about worksite wellness, you think about walkability, you think about trails in the community, you think about what kind of policies could we put in place in our work sites to help increase or encourage our workers to get more activity, right? So you could think about healthy vending options. You could think about policies for encouraging walking in your facilities. So that would be a policy development. And then thinking about assurance. So what did we do? Why did we do it? And is anybody better off? So we always have an evaluation process at the end of our project to see really, is there anybody better off because of what we did? So those are just the 3 essential core functions of the health department. And that also includes, so we also, with our different counties and our districts, we do community health needs assessments. And normally we partner with most of the hospitals in our districts to do that health needs assessment. And then based on that assessment is kind of how we find different topics that we're going to focus on for the primary prevention for the next coming year. And then we focus on looking at grants to be able to fund those projects. Okay, so the next slide talks about what we do. I could sit here and speak probably for an hour about all of our programs. We have a numerous amount of programs in all of our districts, or counties. But really what I wanted to focus on is just some of the things that I feel that are important just to Gage County alone. So one of those that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, early at the crack of dawn, is getting up to go give immunizations. So we are kicking off our Skip Flu program tomorrow, which is the school kids immunization program. Our immunization program is funded through the state, and the main goal of that program is to get as many kids immunized as possible. The CDC research shows that the more children that you have immunized in your community, the lower outbreak of flu your whole community is going to have. So we really want that access to care where we go to the kids, we provide those flu shots in the schools so there's easy access for parents, they don't have to take off work, get those kiddos immunized. So we do that in all 5 of our counties, and pretty much the whole month of October is our Skip Flu program. We take kids with insurance, but we also have free vaccines. So kids that do not have insurance at all, no Medicaid or primary insurance, we still vaccinate them. We have a grant through the state to do that. So that's one of our programs that I'm pretty excited about. Another program that we have here that serves Gage and Jefferson County it's our Healthy Families America. I handed out a pamphlet and a piece of paper on the Healthy Families America program. So that is a program that is a federal program passed down through the state. It's CDC approved. It is to improve health, social, behavioral, economic, and educational outcomes for at-risk families. So it is a home visitation program that focuses on prenatal moms to babies up to we like to get them before 3 months of age, okay? They follow those kiddos doing in-home visits once weekly for about, I think, the first 4 years. I'm not head of that program, but I think they see them through the first 4 years of their life. So it's an evidence-based program. They have it in more than 20 states, and then you can see here the goals of the program are to reduce child maltreatment, improve children's health, including increased birth weight, improved parent-child interaction. That is a big one. They do a lot of, they have certain modules that they follow that increase like bonding and show parents how to identify what their infants are needing, improve school readiness and adjustment in first grade, improve family and self-sufficiency. So they also kind of work as community health workers. Those workers that go to those homes, believe me, they deal a lot more than just with this program. They're also a resource guide to all the other programs in the community that can help those people find housing, different living situations, find transportation, all different kinds of things. And then improve coordination and services and referrals. So the way we get these kiddos, most of the time, are through the other programs here in town. So the Pregnancy Resource Center has been a great advocate for the Healthy Families America program. Mother to Mother, I'm trying to think of them all. Sometimes we'll get them from the hospital or the medical clinics. We focus on, and at the top you can see they focus really on babies that are low birth weight, teen pregnancy, people that have been involved in child abuse cases, depression or mental health issues, poverty level, homelessness, addiction issues, domestic violence, or incarceration of a family member. So they're a huge support system in these people's lives. And I was a teammate for a gal that went through this program, and it helped her tremendously. And just by that, word of mouth. We've been getting a lot more referrals from word of mouth, and I think right now they have about 50 families. So it's pretty good size, and they're working on getting accredited, and we should be accredited, I think, by December. So it's a very good program. So if you know anybody that would benefit, please refer them to the program. Okay, one of the last items here is the recycling directory. So, recycling has been a long-standing issue. You know, our landfills are becoming fuller and fuller. We really need to focus on primary prevention. Think about being proactive and not reactive. So how are you going to solve the problem of landfills being overcrowded? Well, we've got to educate and do primary prevention on how do we recycle, why do we recycle, and where can we go to recycle. So Public Health Department received a grant through the state to put together a recycling directory. So this is their initial directory for all of our 5 counties. So if anybody sees any errors, please let us know because we can always fix them. We applied for another grant, and next year our staff will be going out to the communities to health fairs, to probably the county fair, all these places in the community to encourage primary prevention of recycling. Okay, so they are going to educate on the directory, educate why it's important to recycle, and have that proactive primary prevention focus. And that's another thing with the health department. We really focus on primary prevention. So how do we solve the problem before it gets bad? So that's a very important topic with health departments also. Briefly, I'm not going to go over all of our problems, like I said, because there are too many. But I do want you guys to, there are a couple different programs I do want you to know about. So we have one that is Community Transformation. It's a federal grant right now that we have, may be extended another year. We're not sure yet. Gage counties are kind of our target focus for that grant. We have done some work in some other counties with some walking trails, with some vending, farmers markets, things like that. So here in Gage County, we have started a new walking coalition. And I think Tobias is part of that walking coalition. And is it going well?
Yes.
I haven't been to any of the meetings. That's Jennifer. But she's also done walking coalitions in Hebron and in Jefferson County. And I have been to those meetings. And she's applied for some grants and has gotten some grant funds for some of those smaller communities to increase their walking trails. So here in Gage County, we already have awesome walking trails, I think, but there are some potential possibilities to even improve them further for signage, for kind of locating key areas that need to be connected, linkages, things like that. So we are going ahead with a walking coalition. Another item that we're working on is vending. So having vending assessments done, looking at healthier vending, how to put healthy items in vending machines at work sites, different areas like that. And then also, this is something that is not really related to the grant, but me and Jennifer are working on. We've partnered with UNL, and since Gage County has one of our largest farmers markets in our districts, we're kind of the ones that put those together in the first place, but Gage County has been thriving compared to some of the other farmers markets. And has anybody heard of the Double Up Food Bucks? No? Not at all. Okay. So in Lincoln, there's a program that's piloting right now through UNL. It's called Double Up Food Bucks. So it is being funded by the Catholic Health Initiatives, so CHI, and Children's Hospital. And what they do is give people that are on SNAP, food stamps, EBT cards, if they buy healthy foods, fresh fruits and vegetables for $5, they will turn around and put an extra $5 on their card. So they will give them double the bonus bucks for any kind of healthy initiatives that they're making. So trying to encourage those healthy foods. So we're working with UNL to bring that to Gage County next year. So just applied for a small grant, and UNL is going to be applying for a large USDA grant that will double our funding. So I'm really excited about that, and we're going to partner with Farmers Market and then also Heartland Foods because they have been a partner of ours already. So, and they have done a lot of good things. We also provide CPR and AED training. If anybody needs any CPR classes, you can call the health department. There's a slight cost for that, but I think it's cheaper than a lot of different places that offer that. And then a little bit about emergency preparedness. Many of you don't know, we do pool testing for mosquito pools for West Nile and different diseases. We also do some disaster preparedness, work with a lot of the EMs in the counties to try to have plans if some kind of disasters would occur. And do surveillance also on flu and other diseases. And I won't go into all the diseases that we monitor, but there's quite a few. So we have 2 offices. One is in Crete and the other is here in Beatrice, located at the Healthy Families America building, and that is out at Southeast Community College by Workforce. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we do?
Questions? Bob?
Just a comment. I will tell you they're a great organization, not only because they're on Southeast Community College campus, but
Yeah.
it makes them better.
Oh, you never got back to me about that tobacco grant. You're the one that's out there now, huh? I just recognized you.
Aren't you glad you said something?
I was trying to get
Sorry
him
for
to
the
have-
comment, you know.
Trying to get him to have a tobacco-free, 100% tobacco-free campus.
Yeah. Has to be a student decision, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Tobacco
but
tax
but the bottom line is, they set up in our Storm Center Cafe, and they offered healthy snacks
Yeah,
and had them
vending.
for vending, and worked with Pepsi to kind of change our paradigm on snacks, and really cool walking signs that we have that's
Jennifer
mapped.
just put those out.
Right, so they're for the deal. So, thank you for that. They've been a great partner for us, and I know they're a great partner for all the counties they serve.
Yep, and also the biking program.
Yes, that's right.
So we need some trails from Southeast Community College into Beatrice because these kids love to ride the bikes and get into town, but they're on the highway.
Wasn't that on the original?
Not safe.
On the current plan is to try to get a trail out to the.
Right.
So,
And then all the way up to Homestead National Window?
yeah, so
That's
we're
a
doing
different-
lots of
Next
things,
stop.
and really, truly, as a public health department, we're getting a new director. I don't know if any of you are aware of that, but Jane, our director, is retiring here at the end of the year, and I'm hoping, as an advocate for public health, that we can focus more on policy, because that's really where we belong, is focusing on policies and working on these larger projects and being a resource. We don't need to be the ones that are out there trying to do the work. We need to be the ones that are resources and guiding and really working on policies to improve health outcomes in your communities. So that's what I'm hoping. Any
Any other
questions?
questions, Sharon? Sharon, thanks for the update and everything that you're doing. Appreciate it. All right, gentlemen, our next regular scheduled meeting is going to be on October 16th, right here in these chambers, and then there will be a work session the 4th Monday of the month, October 23rd, beg your pardon. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, I move that the meeting be adjourned at 7:32 PM.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that the meeting be adjourned at 7:32 PM. Your vote, please. That is approved, 7-0.